Well, there are certainly plenty of leaders in town in Brussels today. It is a day where there's an informal meeting of the heads of states of the 27 EU member states. And heading into this informal meeting here in Brussels, we heard from Donald Tusk, the Polish Prime Minister, who said it was time to work to end this stupid trade war, as he put it. He also said it was a major test of the essentially the sovereignty, the collective strength of the EU going forward. This is a threat from Donald Trump that the EU has been bracing for. There was a task force put in place by the EU even months before the US presidential election back in November, preparing for the possibility of a Trump presidency. So now that work put in behind the scenes could certainly be put to the test. We've heard from EU officials saying in recent weeks they'd be willing to buy more US liquefied natural gas in an effort to appease Donald Trump. But it seems, at the moment at least, that those efforts have not done enough to please the US president. But despite that, we've heard from Kaja Kallas, the EU's top diplomat and foreign affairs chief. She says the EU is prepared to respond if Donald Trump comes good on his threat.
There are no winners in trade wars. If United States and the US start the trade war, then the one laughing on the side is China. We are very interlinked. We need America and America needs us as well. The tariffs increase costs. They are not good for the jobs, not good for the customers either.
And the threat of Donald Trump taking over Greenland again in focus for EU member states. We've heard from Mette Frederiksen, the Danish Prime Minister, addressing a reporter. She once again reiterated that Greenland is not for sale. She says, though, that she is open to the Danish territory expanding the US footprint. She acknowledges that Donald Trump is right, that there is a security concern, and she says she is willing to work with the US in that regard, but she says that sovereign borders must be respected.
Well, let's just put Mr. Trump and tariffs to one side for a moment and talk about the original purpose of this European meeting, which was defence, presumably top of their agenda today. Tell us more of what's going on that.
Absolutely, and it was laid out by Antonio Costa, the European Council President, who said that these informal talks would really focus on three key areas: collaboration, financing and partnerships. When it comes to partnerships, well, significantly, this meeting is not just among the heads of state of the 27 EU member states, but also invitations are being sent out to Mark Rutte, the NATO Secretary General, as well as UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer. So significant there that the EU is seeking further collaboration both with NATO as well as the UK going forward. Key issues that are on the docket: one is defence production, real efforts for the EU to be less reliant on the United States to boost its own capabilities going forward. There are concerns, though, from the bloc that with Donald Trump threatening tariffs, if the EU takes further steps to boost its own defence capabilities and move away from reliance on the US umbrella when it comes to buying US arms, that could exacerbate tensions with Donald Trump. So that is a key area of discussions. The other one is defence spending. Donald Trump has, of course, called for NATO allies to spend roughly 5% of GDP. Mark Rutte says that many nations of NATO need to spend more. He's again said that that is a priority of these discussions. He is assessing the capabilities of NATO allies before figuring out a new target, which is currently at 2%, but he says it'll be far north of that, so expect developments from that a little later this year when Mark Rutte has the opportunity to really digest where European members of NATO are at when it comes to their capabilities to ramp up defence spending. But that, a major issue on the docket today.